So there are two players here. So we have your dude Karthik who just met with an accident. And then there's the insurance company, the Patriot Insurance Company. And he just wants to get his claims processed further so that he can proceed with the other activities in his life. So now we are going to bring in a third player, that is Watson, right? So the insurance company would have a regular pipeline of things for the claim processing engine. So now we'll see how Watson can be used and make some of the claim processing much faster and more efficient. So let us see how the Watson will help us going ahead with the claim. So let's imagine this scenario. So instead of actually the claims, he takes his smartphones and he takes a few pictures, right? So he takes a couple of pictures. Can you just start the video, please? Yeah. Okay, so he's going to take a couple of pictures. So one is the picture of the actual motorcycle accident, and the second picture is of the license plate. So as humans, we can understand complex visual information, right? If I show you this picture of a motorcycle, you would in a split second say it is a motorcycle and it is an accident. Or if I show you this license number plate, you can actually read out the numbers. So these are capabilities which we humans are very good at, but can Watson understand images, right? So, and if Watson can understand such kind of images, how can it help the insurance company? So these are available under the services called visual recognition. So broadly in the visual recognition, it's answering a fundamental question. What is in my image? Can Watson tell me what is in the image what I provide you? So for example, in the use case here, I'm going to upload this image which Karthik took of the motorcycle accident. And Watson now tries to understand this image, and then it gives you two things. One is what is in the image. That is what we call the class name. It said it's a motorcycle accident. And along with it, there is a number, what we call a score, or it's the confidence. So how confident is Watson that it is indeed a motorcycle accident? And here it says it's a 58% confident. So realize it's important not just to tag images. I also need to know how good I am. So now the insurance company can use this in the pipeline. If it is extremely confident, then it can directly go it. Otherwise, it can give through an agent. Okay. So now let me show you how we actually went about building such a classifier, right? So the thing is that you'll probably use a lot of image tagging APIs out there. But if you just give that example, it would say a motorcycle. But in this case, we are trying to build an application for the insurance domain. So what will happen is that this is how you go about building your own instance of Watson. Yeah? So in this domain, I'm going to start collecting a set of images. For example, I'll collect some images of broken windshield, some images of flat tire, a motorcycle accident, vandalism, etc. Currently, we recommend around 50 to 100 images per class. So there is two concepts, right? You define what is your class name, and you start collecting a bunch of images, around 50 to 100 images. And these are what we call as the positive examples for your class, right? This is what all the insurance company is interested to tag. And we are going to train a classifier using these kind of images. And also, we show that there are some kind of negative examples. So it generally helps the service if you show some examples which are not in the category you are interested in. Yeah? So once you kind of collect such images, Watson exposes a REST API where you can actually zip all these files and upload it to Watson. And Watson will then train a classifier and give you a custom classifier. So here I'm going to select all these 4 sets of images. So you can gather your own images, any application you're interested in, and then train a classifier. It's going to take a few minutes, depending upon the number of images. But as I said, 50, more the better, maybe 50 to 100 per class. But once you're given this set of images, what you have is your own instance of Watson for your domain, right? It's not a regular image tagging. It's a custom classifier you have now built for this domain of insurance. And you identified these are the things that I am interested in. So here, this is how it, now I trained the classifier. You get your classifier ID. So you say query this REST API with this classifier ID, and you would get the results. Here it's saying flat tire with some score. And then I'm going to give an example of one which is not suitable for insurance claims. So there is no accident or no damage, and will return probably this is not suitable. Yeah? So broadly, what are the use cases I've given you? So you have a set of images or tags you are interested in. You collect your own training images. Watson can train a classifier for you, and then you can use this classifier to enable your pipeline. Yeah? So now remember, we took one more image, right? That was of this motorcycle number plate. So as humans, I can just read out, right? KA01HC3416. So under the visual recognition service, we also have APIs which can actually detect text in images. So this is normal. You can take any picture. If there is a text written in that, you can actually parse the entire image and return to you what is the exact thing written. So I just uploaded this image of this number plate, and the Watson will try to understand this image, and then it will try to see what are the letters or the alphabets in the image. So here it said KAOFHC3418. So it gives you the exact location. You can parse that. Now you can know that there was a number plate. And now the insurance company can actually go and use it and can pull out all the records of Karthik or the number plate and then get it done much faster. So two APIs I talked about: image tagging, what is the class of the image, and number detection, right? Finding numbers or text in images. There's also one third class of APIs, which is essentially detecting faces in images. The example I'm showing you is briefly is I just uploaded a picture of Sonam Kapoor. Of course, Sonam Kapoor has nothing to do with Karthik, but why not? Let's try it, right? So it says it's actually the face of a female. It gives you the age. It gives you a bounding box. And it actually recognizes that it is Sonam Kapoor. So if there is a celebrity in image, it can recognize the image. Okay? So to summarize, currently in the visual recognition services, the fundamental question is what is in the image, right? And currently the services available are under the four categories. One is take any image. Can you give me some tags, right? If the tags are generic, there is a service which will give you generic tags like mountain, motorcycle, etc. But if your use case is very specific, you can provide your own set of images and get your instance of Watson working for you in your pipeline. That is a custom classifier image tagging. Then there is this second use case of detecting text or any text or numbers which are written in images. You can imagine your own use case with this. And the third is it can detect faces in any of the image you upload. It can detect multiple faces. It can get you an estimate of the age of the person. It can even tell you the gender of the person. And if there is a celebrity, it can say, find detect celebrity in images. So these are some of the use cases, the APIs I talked to you, and I kind of explained it to you. If I am an insurance company and Karthik wants to get his claims processed faster, how you could use some of these APIs and make the pipeline run much faster. Yeah? So just to briefly spend a minute on, I am from IBM Research, and some 10 years back when I was working in computer vision, at that time I used to work in MATLAB, and we used to write these features like SIFT features, Hawk features. We could manually engineer features, then try to build the whole pipeline, and that's what then you would train a classifier. But probably 1 year back, I would probably use some deep learning modules like Cafe, and then start collecting my own images, and then still train a classifier, but now I have to do the work of exposing this as a REST API service, integrating this in the pipeline. What you can do today is forget everything. Everything is a black box. It's kind of hidden under the layer now. All you need to provide is a set of images, and instantly you will get an API for your use case.